And as I mentioned, I've been reading my devotionals in Jeremiah, and I was struck by the way the prophet defines righteousness. Okay, before he mentions murder and adultery and perjury and worshiping other idols and throwing your children into the fire, he says, if you do not oppress the alien. In another place, Jeremiah says, do no wrong or violence to the alien, the fatherless, or the widow. And then in Jeremiah 21, this is what he says. Defending the cause of the poor and the needy. Is this not what it means to know me? Now I'm reading my Bible every day, and I'm praying intensely, and I'm on this spiritual journey with you because I want to know him. That's what it's all about. And what does it say? Defending the cause of the poor and the needy. Is this not what it means to know me? We have to stand up for those who are being treated unfairly. And you and I, we have so much more than we need, so much more than we deserve. And it's in this mode of having so much that God's asking us to care about the poor. And you say, well, Pastor, don't you realize that right now our country is in the worst situation? It's being compared to the Great Depression. And I'm saying, well, wait a minute. I think in the Great Depression there were long lines of people hoping to get a bowl of soup at the end of the day. You know, our Great Depression is I can't buy my kid all the songs he wants for his iPod. This is really getting depressing. I don't think we should insult the people that went through the Great Depression with this comparison. And I know some of you are saying, oh, Pastor, here you go, talking about controversial issues again. And you're going to get mad at me. I know. I'll get the calls later. Can't you just talk about the gospel? This is the gospel. This is Jesus Christ in the flesh dealing with the issues of our world. Shouldn't your pastor be talking about the issues of the day? There were plenty of preachers who didn't talk about slavery in the Civil War time. Lots of folks in Nazi Germany who didn't even address the Jewish problem. But shouldn't we consult God on the affairs of the day? I know one of the more challenging moments in my faith journey is to realize that before I'm a patriotic American, I'm a Christian. But over and over again in Jeremiah, God says it irritates me that my people are not taking care of the poor. He's irritated. And so I read that, and I can't help but look in the mirror when I read this and say, well, what am I doing? Am I all wrapped up in my comfort? Am I careless about these people in need? I get frustrated because I read that Jeremiah says God is watching. And our own Lord, He told us, whenever you don't feed the hungry and clothe the naked and invite the stranger in, you did it, or should I say you did not do it, to me. And here's a powerful one, friends. In Micah 3:5, I believe, it talks about the Lord arbitrating between strong nations far away. Guess what? Suddenly, we become responsible for those children far away. Now, I don't want you to feel like I'm putting a guilt trip on you this morning. I don't want you to be afraid of God's judgment, because here's how God's judgment works. He wants to move into our hearts and refine us and purify us from self-oriented thinking. He wants to do His divine chemotherapy that attacks the cancerous cells and malignant tumors of human sin so that other people will live through us as we live through Him. You know, the compassion ministry, it understands the power of interpersonal touch. It's interesting. They don't want you to just give them a check. They want you to write the child a letter every month. They want you to touch this child and to share the words of Jesus Christ. So it's not just some nameless person. giving them food. It's you and I bringing the love of Jesus into this little child's life. Well, I'm not trying to make you sign up. I hope some of you do. I hope our small groups will take a child and do something about it. And whether it's signing up today or rethinking your issues about immigration or starting to examine the injustice in our world, the question of the morning is this: is it just us? Or is it justice?